Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode in my intro to Roblox scripting. In this first video, I'm going to be showing you the ins and outs of Roblox Studio, so all the panels and stuff. So let's just get right into it. So when you boot up Roblox Studio for the very first time, you're going to be seeing a login screen. Make sure to log in, and then you'll be brought to this page. And this page is just a template page to start your game project. We have a base plate, classic base plate, flat terrain, village, castle, suburban, all these different templates that you can choose from. In this video, I'm just going to be choosing the base plate template. So once we're loaded in here, you will see that you are loaded into this wonderful screen. This is your game view, which you can move around using WASD, and holding right click, you can move the camera around, and clicking things with left click will select them. You can also drag and click, which will multi-select. Now, let's start in the top left. In the top left panel, you'll see that you have these buttons, the main one being File, which just brings down this drop down, which have all these special functions like a new project. You can open from a file, or you can open from a Roblox file, and you can save to files and publish to Roblox. We will go over those in a future video. You also have this button. This is the play button, which when you click this button, it will just launch you straight into the game, like so. And then click this red button that will just kick you out of the Roblox game. And then we get over to this ribbon style menu, I think is what that's called. Yes, this is called a ribbon style menu. So we have the first menu is the home menu, which contains just the general stuff that we need for Roblox. So like the select, which will allow me in the scene, it will let me select things if I can actually select the tool. So you can just select things with that tool. You also have the move tool, so now when I click on stuff, I can now move it. And then you also have the scale feature, which you can also then select an object and scale it. Control Z does undo things. And then we have a rotate tool, which will rotate things as well. So those are the basic tools. You also have stuff for collisions and joining surfaces. We'll go over those in a later video, most likely. You also have a terrain editor, so you can generate terrain. That is also for future video. You also have the toolbox, which is basically for free models and stuff that you have already made and basically exported. So that is for just like saving things from other projects where you bought something on the library page and stuff like that. You also have a new part menu here, right here. When you click it, it will generate a part in the world like so. I'm just going to quickly delete that by pressing the delete key. You also have a UI editor right here. So this will be used for UI if you want to use this panel. And then we also have material, which you can just, when selecting a part, you can use this to choose the material to whatever you want. I'm just going to change it back to plastic, which is what it was at. And you also have the color here to edit it. So if I select a part, I can change its color, but like so. So I just change its color. And then we have this play button here again, and then game settings, which we do not have access to because we haven't published it yet. So that is for later as well. That is the home panel. The model panel is just a more advanced version of that panel. So you have your snapping points for movement. You also have constraints. And you also have extra stuff over here, and you have certain effects that you can import. You can make new scripts and all that stuff. So this is just a more advanced home panel that's more specified to like modeling and making stuff. You also then have the test view. This is specifically for running games. So you can, there's this play button right here. You could choose to run it on a local server or none. So that will be client. And you can also start a server right here. And that is for basically testing your game. Now here is where all the, I would say, special panel stuff happens, because you have your Explorer, your Properties panel that you can click on, your Asset Manager, your Toolbox, your Object Browser. So I'm going to go by these one by one for the ones that are relevant for now. So on the left-hand side of this screen, you have the Explorer tab, which opens on the right-hand side of my screen because that's where I last docked it. This will be a complete overview of your project, like your world. So you have workspace, which is where everything that is in the game world will be. You then have players, which will contain all your players, lighting, replicated first, replicated storage, server storage, and all this other stuff. This will all be in your Explorer. Next thing is the Properties panel, which is another very important panel that you will almost always have open in Roblox Studio. And this contains all the information about a part or other things that you can click on. So like replicated storage has its own properties and stuff, and this spawn location part has all the same properties that a part would have, like color, positioning, all that good stuff. The next panel that we're going to go over is Toolbox. Like I said, this is for all the assets that you have made in other games or published, or assets that you have also bought for yourself. So that is a very useful panel, or this is also where free models come from. So if you want to make a game using free models, I would not recommend, as they can be quite buggy and personally quite bad at times. But if you want to, they are right here. So the next thing is the object browser. This is a haven for knowing or just looking up what things do. So this is just on the left hand side you have like the overall type, and then on the right side you have all of its attributes, all of its properties, and all of its events. So if I scroll down in this massive list of things and find P, so under part here you will see that there's all the properties that showed up in the properties panel, like color, and then position would be down here, right here. I also have orientation and all this other stuff. And there's also these events. So you have a changed event, a child added event, a touched event, a touch ended event. So this is just a good lookup tool to find out what every object in Roblox does. So it is a very useful panel to know about. The next panel is the output panel. This is very important to debugging, which we'll get into a later video more in depth. But this is a very important tool, as you can print to the console, and it'll also show you errors in your scripts. It is very important and very useful. The next panel is going to be the command bar. This is useful if you want to run things during the game. You could just do like a basic print command, like print hello. If I print it, it will be output to the console, and you'll see that I got hello. And this can also do other things like print 1 + 1. And you will see that I get 2. So it's just running commands outside of a script. So if you want to test a command, it is very useful. The next one is probably going to be the team create panel for right now. This is if you want to work with multiple people, you could add them to your project, and then you will be able to go onto the game page and edit it for themselves. So this is if you want to do teamwork and other group projects like that. So that is basically all of the panel overviews, and that is the general overview for your Roblox Studio. You have your plugins panel over here, but we're not going to get into that in this video. But yeah, that is basically introduction to Roblox Studio. In the next video, we're going to be going over the basics of printing things to the console, and also basic accessing of properties in a part through scripts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.